Welcome all to the first satsang of this new year. Thank you for joining. As we roll through time like this and we enter a new year, it is a very perfect moment to look at what is timeless and ever present, underlying the movement of time moves in its own way, and we see this beautiful movement of time which is happening with its own rhythm. And we have this new year now. And yet, what is truly new and fresh each moment is that which is timeless, which is the ground of our being. That is the most ancient and yet the most new, ever present awareness. That which is touched by time gets old. Anything that is touched by time gets old, and it eventually goes through dissolution. That is the cycle of time itself. There is creation and there is a certain amount of time for which it is sustained and it is dissolved. This is the inevitable movement of time. So as years roll by, if we are identified with time, then we feel that time is running by. The body may get older, the mind may get, because of that, anxious. But to be free of all of that and to remain ever fresh is to abide as the awareness which is untouched by time. The awareness that illuminates time is the ground of being itself. When we are present simply as the very light of awareness, this light of awareness does not get affected by time in any way. It doesn't gather anything. It doesn't therefore become old. It is what is that remains ever fresh. The newness of timelessness is untouched each moment. And it is our very ground of being as pure awareness. So, if we simply recognize the light in which everything is happening, the light by which everything is illuminated, the very presence in which all movements of time are unfolding, that very presence is our true beingness. And this presence is the stillness that is the heart of everything there is. So when we refer to Arunachala, the stillness that is ever shining, the ever shining stillness is that which is never away from us. In fact, it is all there is. It shines as all of us. The forms that are there as the various bodies and the various objects, the various things that are there, all the various forms are nothing but expressions of this stillness. So the stillness that is here and now is all there is that comes forth as all of us. So there is no separate being other than that which is. To have any division from that is created only by thought, by mind. And that division is the sense of me, which identifies with a limited phenomenon and thereby feels that it is moving through time. When we recognize that the movement through time happens spontaneously with its own intelligence, And the sense of me that is identified with it is only an illusion that is created by thought. It is only the images that are put together by thought that gives an illusion of being identified with form, identified with time. And when we recognize this, that the very sense of me is itself a thought that is unfolding in time. The thinker is no different from thought. We think there is a duality between thinker and thought, that I am thinking a thought or I am doing an action, and that duality is what is the core of illusion. So non-duality is not about any abstract philosophical sense of terms that may sound complex. It is a simple recognition that there is no duality in perception, there is no duality in action. Duality in perception between perceiver and perceived is only because of thought that divides itself and identifies with the seer as me. Similarly, duality in action is only because of thought that identifies with the doer as me. In reality, activities happen by the divine intelligence, and the very doer is the same intelligence as the one that is being done. The very thinker is the same intelligence as the very thought. So there is no duality between the subject and the object. And when we recognize this, that both the subject and the object are coming forth from awareness. If we ask who is aware of this thought, we come upon the light of awareness. When we have a thought, we think I am thinking the thought, but if we ask who is aware of the thinker, then we come upon this light of awareness. So the light of awareness is all there is, in which the thinker and the thought come forth and go. And this light of awareness is ever fresh and ever new. The thinker is a product of time. As we gather knowledge and as we gather experiences, the thoughts and the thinker change, they evolve, various images come, various ideas come, many old things go, new things come, and so on. That's constantly changing. But the awareness in which this movement happens is untouched and unchanging. Therefore, it's ever new. Because it doesn't gather anything of the old, it is ever new. It is ever fresh. It is not new as the opposite of old, but it is new without any opposite because it's ever fresh. There is no time there at all, and therefore it is always fresh here and now. And we simply come upon this by recognizing the very presence that is here prior to all activities. We may have different activities that happen through the day. Even now, in the very beginning of this new year, there may be already plans made, there may be travels coming up, there may be different things to be done. All of these keep changing, and there is thoughts about it, there is actions about it. But all these thoughts, all these actions, all come forth only in the very presence of simple beingness. There is the pure awareness of all these, in which all these are coming and going. And that pure awareness is the same every moment, and it is the freshness of being itself. And to abide as this pure awareness is the true essence of meditation. and we sit in silence, recognizing this pure awareness, and therefore there is no struggle or no effort needed but to just turn attention within. Any struggle comes forth only again from the sense of me that is trying to understand or trying to meditate. When we don't try to meditate, only meditation happens. And that is when we recognize that the very trying to meditate is coming forth from the sense of me, and that itself is happening in the ground of meditation itself. The ground of meditation is nothing but the ground of awareness. So we can never be away from the ground of meditation even when we try to meditate. But trying to meditate covers up this ground, just as identifying with any thought covers up this ground. So when we simply turn attention within and recognize the very ground in which all actions, all efforts happen, then that is the ending of all effort and coming upon the stillness of being.